Hello and welcome back to Speed Build Sunday. This week we're trying something a little bit different and we're just going to do the voiceover instead of the camera with the voiceover. I honestly just wasn't feeling like putting on a full face of makeup and turning on the camera to record, so we're just trying the voiceover. So let me know after this video in the comments what you think of it, the voiceover versus having the camera. Because I feel like having the camera might be distracting sometimes, so just let me know. Let me know in the comments. This house, though, I'm really excited to show you. It's this cute, super cute, like fall kind of cottagey house. I really wanted something that looks what you would imagine in the fall. Like it's the like ideal fall home. That's what I wanted to go for. And I honestly think it definitely turned out that way. It could be a little bit more fall probably, but I'm really happy with it. So that's all that matters. I actually built this all in one day. I rarely sit and finish a build start to finish in one sitting. It wasn't quite in one sitting though. I did spend all day on it. I started on my own just before stream. I did the exterior of the house. I didn't really feel like building all the walls and stuff. I just kind of wanted to decorate on stream, so that's what we did. And then I went on my TikTok live and did, the colors, windows, doors, all of that stuff. And then after we kind of did all of that, after about an hour and a half, we moved up to my Twitch and we did the rest of it. So the majority of the landscaping and then the interior as well. And I'm really happy with it. I was not expecting to finish this all in one day, but we did, and I'm happy with it. We also spent so long trying to find the perfect shade of brown for all of the brown elements on the house. I went through probably 5 or 6 swatches to decide on what I wanted. We eventually went with like a slightly lighter brown, if I remember correctly, and it's really, really pretty. Also, this floor plan killed me. It was so hard. I really wanted to have the kitchen like that in the middle of the area, but it just didn't work out. But I really like how the floor plan is laid out. It ended up being 2 bedroom, 1 bath, with the 1 bath being a Jack and Jill between the primary room and the other second bedroom. And I made it for 2 parents and 2 kids, a toddler and a child. Here I'm working on the fences right now. I spent way too long on these fences. I probably spent 45 minutes picking out fences. The reference photo I was using had 2 different fences, with the kind of smaller ornate one in the front and then, just a privacy fence in the backyard. And that's what I really wanted to do. I really liked that. And that's what drew me into the original photo as reference to begin with. So it took me a while to figure out what fences I wanted to use. I ended up landing on these ones and I like how they look. And I also, instead of using a gate, because there's not a matching gate for this fence, which is really stupid, but instead of using a gate, I ended up having a bit of an open fence look. I drew a fence on a diagonal just so like it looks like it was open, like it is a gate, but it's not an actual gate. And I really like how it turned out, mainly because it was either adding ivy to the sides of the fence or opening it as a gate. And I ended up liking it as a gate more than I liked the ivy for this one, which is odd because I'm a big fan of ivy on everything that I can put it on, but just not on this one, I guess. Also, in case you're curious, this lot is in Henford on Bagley. It's one of the main ones near like the pub, and it's really, really cute. And I also made sure to decorate it in fall so we could see all of the landscaping in the fall colors, with like the leaves changing colors and everything like that. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I was gonna say I love it so much, but I've said that so many times already. You obviously already know that I love this house and the landscaping so much that I should probably stop saying that, but I'm not going to. Also for this house, so what kind of inspired this was I was watching a stream earlier that day and they were talking about how they just got a Max's fave on the gallery. And I was like, how do you get a Max's fave? And then they like pulled up the list of like kind of guidelines for potentially receiving a Max's fave, like all of the things that they look for when they look for favoring builds on the gallery. So I decided to do it with those guidelines in mind. So you really can't use debug too much. Like you could, but I feel like it's gonna make it harder. You really can't use move objects or like placement sheets like that because everything has to be functional. If it has a function that of your sim can view it or interact with it, it has to be 100% functional. There can't be anything that's not functional. It also has to fully download correctly when you download it from the gallery. No items can disappear. No items can be shifted or adjusted whatsoever when it's downloaded. It has to be exactly as it appears on the gallery. So that's kind of what I went with. I don't know if it would actually qualify to be a Max's fave, but I did play test it. However, I did use some debug items, and I don't know if that's a no-no or not for the Max's fave. It doesn't explicitly say, but I feel like a debug is probably no-no, but it's okay. I had fun with this little bit of a challenge, so that's what I went for. I also, in the interior, now that we're over here, I went with the kind of brown, like warm browns and reds for the color scheme throughout almost the entire house, except for the kids' room, which is more of an orangey versus like a brown. And I never honestly do brown that much, but I thought it was really fitting for this kind of house, and I love how it turned out. And it's kind of a mix and match kind of room. And I especially love the mismatched dining table chairs. I've been really into doing that recently with my dining tables. It really fits my aesthetic for my builds and like my typical build style, so it works really well and I really love it. Also, this little section with the chair, I actually had to adjust. I went in and, like I said, I play tested this build. I had to go in and actually adjust it because the table wasn't functional and the items on the table weren't functional. So that's a little bit changed if you go download it from the gallery, but not that much. It's just kind of, you know, the angles are changed a little bit. And then over here, we had this little bump out with the glass roof, and I put plants in it and called it a sunroom, and I think it's absolutely dreamy. It's something that I would love to have in real life with, you know, all the plants and everything. And then this nook is going to end up being for a desk. I didn't put an actual computer on the desk, but you're more than welcome to if you decide to use this house for your gameplay. It's a perfect space for a computer. I didn't want to have a computer in this build. Like, it didn't scream computer build, you know, like some builds make sense to have a computer in it. This one didn't make sense for me to have a computer in it. So we just went with some decorations and books, and then some books on the wall. And then up here are the 2 bedrooms. Like I said, it's a 2-bedroom with the primary and the children's room. The primary bedroom here, it keeps the same color scheme. It's a little bit lighter. The walls are a little bit lighter, a little bit more white. And of course, you have to put in a reading nook in that little bump out area because obviously you have to, like, why wouldn't you do that? It's the perfect spot for a reading nook. And it's really, really cute. And I also ended up using a clock on the side table. I never use clocks in my builds, like little side table clocks or even wall clocks. I never use it. I never even think about them because I don't use them in my house. So it doesn't occur to me to use them in a Sims build, but I used it and I think it's cute. And then here's the kids' room. I really enjoyed using the kids stuff pack, whatever it's called. I had just recently gotten it before I did this build, so I was having a lot of fun using a lot of those items, and the color scheme worked out really well with the oranges and the browns. And here we are doing finish at the backyard. We do have a Patchy the Scarecrow and a little garden space, as well as some bee boxes and a little bench on the side for sitting and enjoying the fall foliage, and also a pumpkin carving station. Like I said, I really loved how this build turned out, and if you want to download it, it's on the gallery. My gallery ID is Dizzy Miss Liz with 2 Z's and an underscore. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this voiceover style speed build versus with the camera. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.